This is Jonathan Agger, Fit for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by heavyweight unbeaten Thomas Carty here in Dublin. Taylor Cameron is May 20th. I assume you're on the card.
Yeah, looks like it. It looks like it, mate. Yeah.
How's things been going?
Good, yeah, fantastic. Training's been going great. I last fought November 28th, and I was straight back in the gym after that. So ready to go for whatever's next, or whoever's next. Yeah, whoever's next.
I was having a look on BoxRec, and you're scheduled to fight at York Hall. Is that still going ahead just before this card?
Yeah, 100%. That was always the plan, is to get another one in before this. Just so happened that it turned out we got a date fairly close, but no big deal. It was always the plan, no problem.
So, I mean, fighting in Dublin, has this always been a goal of yours? Did you think you were going to do it this early in your career?
It's mad, yeah, because it's been so quiet. Boxing in Dublin has been so quiet, especially on the bigger stages. And considering I started my career in Belgium, I had my debut in Belgium, the rest was in the UK. I thought it would be a while before I got the fight back here, you know what I mean? So it's great that there's a card happening so early in my career, you know.
Now, I don't know boxing too well in Ireland, but from what I can tell, even if you're on early, I think the fans will be wild out here. Is that what you're expecting?
Yeah. I think the atmosphere is going to be different, 100%. I'm from the inner city myself, so there'll be a lot of people. I think it's going to sell out straight away, so hopefully most of the people that know me can get tickets, you know.
Obviously, you're early on in your career, but there's a lot of heavyweights coming through. Your likes of Fabio Wardley, Johnny Fisher, Soldaker's won the other night. How far are you from that level?
I think I'm in amongst them, you know. Well, Fabio is doing really well. Fabio's from the same management setup as myself. I think Fabio's a level above me and the other two boys, you know what I mean? Definitely. But 100% in amongst the rest of the heavyweight prospects, definitely.
And who do you want to fight in this year? And do you know your opponent for this card?
Don't know my opponent as of now. I'd like to fight for an Irish or a Celtic title, so we'll see who's eligible and who actually wants to take the fight, you know what I mean? It's all well and good saying that you want to fight me, but until you sign, it makes no big difference to me whether you want to keep harping on about it, you know what I mean? So we'll see who ends up signing the contract, but ready for whoever. And
I know obviously you're managed by Dillian Whyte. Do you spar with him?
I've done a good bit of sparring with Dillian. Yeah, we don't spar on the regular because he's in Portugal and I'm in Ireland. I'm Southpaw and he's Orthodox. I don't think anybody wants to spar me unless they have to, you know what I mean? But Southpaws can be awkward, you know what I mean? It's not enjoyable, so I'm being told. But yeah, we do a good few rounds together, yeah.
Now, one man I know you've sparred is Anthony Joshua. You're helping him prepare for the Usyk fight, things like that. Just reflect on that experience and sort of the work you gave.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great experience for me because, it happens yet again so early in my career. I think it really stood to me in my previous fights and will stand to me still going forward. It was a great learning experience from these guys. Him and Dillian, I sparred Hergovich as well, Lawrence Okoli, started with Derek Chisora. So I've great sparring considering I only have 4 fights,
Do you actually notice a difference in your performances after you sparred these type of guys?
Yeah, 100%. You notice a difference in your performances, but you notice a difference across the board in terms of knowledge around boxing, around your training. Come fighting, you definitely notice a difference. But I can see a massive difference across the board.
Let's talk about Joshua. He's fighting Jermaine Franklin coming up. What do you think of the fight?
I think it's a great fight, to be honest. I think it's a fantastic fight. Jermaine Franklin put in a great performance against Dillian. He was a lot better than people expected, although I think Dillian still beat him easy enough. I think it's a great fight for AJ to come back and to gauge where he's at now, you know what I mean?
So there's a lot of talk that Dillian will get a rematch with AJ potentially in the summer. Is that a fight you think will happen?
Yeah, massive fight. That's a massive fight. I think it has to happen, providing all goes well for AJ. I think it's a massive fight that has to happen, a big stadium fight,
I saw Dillian comment on Jarrell Miller's performance. He wasn't too impressed. I mean, for a build-up alone, do you think that could be a potential fight, Dillian and Miller?
Dillian and Miller, I don't know. I'm not too sure now, to be honest. I don't know whether any promoter will have him in the UK, over all that's been going on. But yeah, I think it'd be a great fight. I think it's an easy fight for Dillian. I think they're on complete different trajectories, to be honest. But yeah, great fight, be a great build-up. But yeah, the build-up alone would be fantastic.
And whilst we stick with the heavyweights, Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk hopefully gets done for April 29th. I mean, a lot of people said Tyson Fury's size is just going to be too much, but as sort of a southpaw yourself, what problems do you think Usyk can give him?
Historically, southpaws have done very well against the bigger heavyweights. I think there's a good chance that Usyk could do well, but personally, I think Fury is just levels above. that's just my own personal opinion, you know what I mean? I think Fury's way too good, switch hair, too big, boxing IQ is too high, and can fight, you know. I think Fury can really rough him up. I think he might really, really rough him up, you know.
And sort of backtracking to yourself, there's obviously a reason why Joshua's team brought you in. It's not just because you're a southpaw, you obviously have attributes that could mirror Usyk. What would you say they are for fans that haven't seen you fight yet?
Me, I suppose, you know, I'm 6'4", 115 kilos, so a big guy, definitely a big guy, but quite agile, good footwork, great jab, you know what I mean? So I think it's the nimbleness that maybe I'm trying to emulate for Usyk.
Brilliant. Well, Thomas, appreciate your time. Is there anyone, anything you would like to add? I mean, you sparring Tyson Fury maybe for Usyk?
Who knows? There could be a flight booked. Who knows? Yeah, absolutely. Not too sure, but it makes sense. There's not too many of us around, so I'm sure it might happen, you know.
Brilliant. Well, Thomas, appreciate your time, and just tell everyone where to follow you.
So you can follow me on Thomas Carty on Instagram, so _Thomas Carty, Thomas _Carty on Twitter, and on Facebook then as well, yeah.
Thomas, appreciate it.
Thank you. Cheers.